Hello everybody and welcome back to my Ocarina of Time walkthrough. Today we are going to go through Ganon's castle as well as meet up with Sheik, Zelda, and the Six Sages to do so. And we'll just go ahead and jump right in. And there we just got a SmackDown invitation from Ganon himself. Alright, so we're just going to move on up to Ganon's castle. Basically in the same spot the Hyrule Castle was, but instead it is floating over what looks to be like a dimensional void. In the 64 version they made it kind of look like over a pit of lava, but this time it looks more like a purple void. And Link's face on this is priceless. Quite the piece of Gothic-looking architecture. But that is okay, because we're going to come on over here and spruce things up a bit. Add a little bit of color to this dark and dingy area. And they're going to concentrate their power to create a land bridge, or a magical rainbow bridge. And that's basically all they're good for. We seriously just went through all of those temples and freed the sages just so they could do this. Not much going on in this first room, but we'll kill these Beamos anyways. Get us a little bit more bombs going on. Alright, basically we got one room for every one of the dungeons that we have been through. And so I'm just going to start with the forest, seems only fitting. And I'm just going to use Din's Fire right here. Kill the wolf in the process, light 4 of the torches, get us a treasure chest, and then I'm going to use a fire arrow here. And light the remaining torch. Grab our treasure chest item and be on our way. Alright, a little bit more complicated here. I'm going to get out our Lens of Truth just in case, as well as our hover boots. And we're going to wait until the wind blows. Grab our bombs again and kill this Beamos right there. We're going to run across here and here. And here. And I'm going to grab that one as soon as the wind shuts off. And that one we're going to want to kind of hurry up. See if we can get back over there. And we just barely can't reach that one. So that means we must have an item that can grab it. Gotta love it when the answer is blatantly obvious. Yet you refuse to go for it because it's just too obvious. I seriously thought that switch just opened up the grate on the door. I don't know why I was thinking that, but... And once we get in here, we are going to equip our light arrows that Princess Zelda gave to us. And just destroy that little red sphere. And that would allow Soraya into the temple to use her powers. And she's going to kindly teleport us back to the main room. Alright, now we'll go take out the water one. Figured that was going to happen. I am just a little bitter, though, that we're going to have to give up one of our fairy slots for this fire. And we'll just put our fire on the ice again. And be on our way. Alright, in this room we get to move some blocks of ice around. We're going to start with this one. Push it against the snowball. Push it into this hole. Then we're going to push this one over top of the hole we just filled in to the snowball rock formation. Push this one into the other one. Come over here, smash a little jar. Grab a fairy that we don't really need. And push it into this alcove. Giving us the boost we need to get up there. And use our fire. And just because the fire wasn't enough, we're going to have to switch to our Megaton Hammer and use it to hit the rusty switch. And just like before, we're going to fire a light arrow into it and free the power of Princess Ruto. And now that that's taken care of, we're going to go over here and deal with the shadow portion. So naturally we are going to need our lens of truth. And Nobby's over there doing something, so we're going to play the Song of Time. And that creates a little ledge for us. We're going to equip our hover boots as well. Come over here, open the treasure chest, get a nice blue rupee that we really don't need. I'm going to equip my fire arrows again and use it to light this torch. And now we're free to run across these paths that we just created. Grab some more arrows. And now we're going to pull back out our lens of truth. I think we have just enough momentum to run across this gap. And now we get to take some little slidey paths here. And re-equip our Megaton Hammer. To open our gate. I'm not quite sure what the purpose of that one is, however. I'm going to fire my fire arrow at this torch and see if that helps anything. And of course it does. And I'm going to fire it again from over here. And then I'm going to equip our hook shot again. And now that our treasure chest is over there, we can hook shot ourselves back up and get rid of it open. And now we got the golden gauntlets. I'm going to re-equip my hover boots, and now we can run along this path and into our door, where we are going to want to equip our fire arrows, or sorry, our light arrows again, and then shoot the glowing orb, releasing Impa's power, and then she'll teleport us to the center again. You think this barrier would be up, and then these little rods would be firing their power into the barrier to dispel it. But whatever. We are going to actually exit this dungeon briefly, and now that we have the golden gauntlets, we can go see the fairy, the great fairy over here, and get our last power upgrade. Kind of amazing how quickly they upgraded our items with the hook shot and then the long shot 2 temples later, and then like silver gauntlets, and then the gold gauntlets, not even a temple later. It's kind of ridiculous, I think. And we're just going to run right along the side here. And now we have the strength to move this pillar. And now we can enter the Great Fairies domain. And this upgrade should be an extra strength on all of our hearts. Gets a little blight ring around all of them. And basically what this does is makes it so we have like half damage. Or we receive half of the damage we normally would, rather. And it boosts our magic power as well, as far as filling the gauge back up, so that's always a bonus. I was running pretty low. And now we can continue back to the dungeon, now that we have all items that are available to us and all upgrades. There is nothing left in the game for us to do but defeat Ganon. Unless you really want to go and collect the other gold scatulas. I'm just going to collect this one because it's right in front of my face. Other than that, I am not going to strive for all 100, just because there is no reason to get infinite rupees, because we don't really need to buy anything anymore, or ever, really. And we're just going to go back down into our main room here, ignoring the BMOS. And now we're going to go take on the Spirit Temple portion and equip our bombs. And I'm not really concerned with my health, so I'm just going to sacrifice a little bit of it to get these. And here we're going to play the Song of Time. And here we're going to use our hook shot to get the last rupee and be on our way. And here we just have to defeat these flame magmos thieves. I forget what they're called, flame slugs, fire slugs, whatever. And then we'll hit that, get our treasure chest. And now we get to play with bombs. I can actually hold a lot of those, it's ridiculous. And I failed, and that's probably going to come back and hit me. There we go, it's a little better shot. Cool, now we can continue on our way. Let's see what our deal is here. Fire webs, okay, equip a fire arrow. Din's fire may work. I, however, do not know if it goes up. Okay, that one's wrong. Each wrong one will summon a monster. So you kind of get a guess and choose. But I'm going to guess this one over here. That one. You want the one basically behind you. And now we can continue on our way. And re-equip our light arrows. I really wish that we could equip them both at the same time. I wish it would go back to how Ocarina of Time did it. You equipped each arrow individually. They weren't lumped together. And now Nibiru grants us her spirit power and teleports us back to the main room. And that just leaves the light portion and the fire portion, which we needed the gold gauntlets to do this one anyways. Look at us being a boss and just throwing multi-ton objects like they're nothing. And now we basically get to fight some invisible enemies here. And open some treasure chests to get our key. And we want the one on the middle right. Basically, all these treasure chests are in fact decoys. You have to kill the keys on each one of them to unlock this treasure chest right here, and we'll continue on our way. And here we're going to play Zelda's Lullaby. Really not sure how this late in the game, how playing a song is any test of skill whatsoever. But basically we run around this room and collect all of these little tokens. And there is one more over here. We'll continue right around and pull out our hook shot to get the last one. Using our lens of truth, we're going to see Alright, in this room it looks like it's not here right now, but that is a fake. We are going to use our lens of truth and come straight through and fire our light arrow. We cannot use a light arrow and the lens of truth at the same time. And now we are free to journey to the center of the dungeon from here. equip the fire tunic. We're going to run over here, cut these corners. Jumping off will allow our platform to reset itself. So cut corners wherever you can. And this is going to be the next one we grab. Follow the fire along. And we're just going to jump over here and throw this pillar to create a land bridge. Obviously, this is one of the later ones we have to do, having had to do the shadow one first to get our golden gauntlets in order to move that pillar. The last one we will do is the spirit one, and the reason for this is you have to have the other ones completed prior. And we'll use our new bridge to get over here. And it'll fall out from underneath us. We're gonna kill this fire slug. And use our long shot to bridge the rest of the gap. And then we're going to jump over here and be a quick shot with our long shot so we don't die. Alright, now we're just going to fire our light arrow and release the spirit of Darunia. And get teleported back to the beginning. Alright. We'll use the bridge to go across into the creepy mouth to the main portion of the dungeon. It's a lot easier going up than it is going down. That is for certain. There are several monsters we have to defeat on the way up. And defeat our little Lizalfos. We'll unlock our door. And we can move on up. And now we get to defeat some Stalfos. Doing so, we'll release the flames on our big key, boss key thing. It's kind of ridiculous that we even need one of these for how the temple is, or not temple, the dungeon is set up. It's like, well, no, I'm going to get to the top and I have to fight everything on my way to get there. There is no other way. Why do we even need a boss key? And now we get to play with some Knuckles. Being careful to only activate one at a time makes our life really easy. And getting his blind spot over here, kind of following him around. Ooh, I almost activated my second one there. That was almost really bad. Alright, one down. We can come activate the second one. Getting this guy's blind spot. We use the term blind spot, but really it's more of a magical spot where they just don't attack you for whatever reason. And after we get part of his armor off, just keep slashing at him and he will not retaliate. Cover some of our hearts we lost. I think I recovered all of them. And now we are free to move up the rest of the temple and use our big boss key. I'm going to go ahead and save my game. And now we are in. We're not using our big boss key. I'm just going to run around here and enter this door and move up the rest of the way. This is one of my favorite bosses. Just like Phantom Ganon, get to play a game of Dead Man's Volley and just hit the ball of light back and forth. Only this time we have to worry about which tile we step on, as they will fall out from underneath of us, instead of worrying about which picture he's going to be popping out of. We are now above the room we were just in. Quite elaborate. And here we have Ganon wailing away on his organ. Get some nice mood music going on. And now Link's Triforce is going to activate, because all three people are in the same room. And somehow you get healed magically. Not that Navi was much help anyways. I wish I could use our power of Triforce to fly. I'm just gonna get over here. Drawing our sword, just hit it back at him. And now we're going to pull out our light arrow and give him a whack. And he will sink to the ground, and we are free to go and attack him with our sword. We'll resume our game of Dead Man's Volley. And we'll shoot him again with our light arrow. And I am about out of magic power. So after we slash him with our sword a few times, I'm going to voluntarily drop down to the bottom here. There are some pots that we can get some more magic from occasionally. Don't destroy all the pots in one corner at once. One corner has magic, one corner has hearts and such. Alright, got a little bit more magic power. And climbing up these is basically the equivalent of entering a new room. So if we fall down again, the pots will have reset. It helps to draw your sword before trying to hit it. Drawing and hitting does not exactly work all the time. And pull out our light arrow again. Go get a few more whacks with our master sword. And roll on over here. Pull out our light arrow, give him another shot, and then we'll run to meet him as he's falling. Give him a few more whacks with our sword. At least this time we don't have to Z-target him. That helps. 64 version we had to Z-target. Go give him a few more whacks with our sword. Really repetitive. And now we're going to go meet him as he falls. I barely made that one. This might be our last time. Yeah. Second to last, maybe. But basically now he's getting tired of us killing him. If you want, it's a good idea to dodge this attack. I'm just going to charge my sword here. When he fires that, I'm going to let it go. Doesn't look like it helped any. Alright. At this point, he's kind of really pissed off. And now he's going to self-destruct his temple, castle thing. And attempt to bury us alive. Somehow our floor is back. And now our castle is falling down. And now we get to follow Zelda down. We are on a 3-minute time clock. If you were equipped the hover boots like I did, I would suggest unequipping them. Make running a little bit easier to navigate. And as we get to each area, we have to wait for Princess Zelda to unlock it for us. And inside each room, we will have to fight something or other before we can continue. At least most of the rooms. Or else, where would the challenge be? Almost done. And now we get to fight some Stalfos again. And now Zelda will be free. She'll give us some hearts. And continue on our way. And I still have at least half the time left. Had I not jumped off in the first go, I would have a little bit more. And this should be the last area. This one's just sad. And we have a little bit less than a minute left. No big deal, we are home free. And just in case you were thinking, wow, was Ganon's castle really that easy? You are wrong. Ganon isn't going to go down without turning into a beast of some kind. And once his castle is destroyed, he will rise as a beast from its ashes. If you can really call it ashes, rise from the rubble, really. I don't think any of it can really burn. It's all rock. And somehow it all ends up mostly level. Not quite sure how that works, but whatever. And of course we're going to go check it out. And flames will encircle us. And Ganon will turn into his famous pig bull thing. And we will lose our Master Sword. And this is when we can equip our big Ganon sword, as well as our light arrows. We'll just shoot him in the face, come over here and slash his tail. And we'll come over here and slash his tail some more. Really, we don't even need to slash his tail. And as he destroys rubble, do what you can to grab the magic. Right now, they are more essential than health is. Pretty boring boss. And now the flames are gone, we can go retrieve our Master Sword and deal the final blows. And we are out of magic power, so we're going to lure him over here and coax him into destroying some of the rubble. Alright, there's magic. Alright, same thing as before, but now we're going to use the Master Sword to slash his tail. And now Zelda's going to hold him down with her power, and use your sword to deliver the final blow. He seems to get a sword shoved through his head quite a bit. And now they're opening up the void and sucking Ganon inside of it. And this nicely sets up Wind Waker now. He will destroy our descendants. Well, yeah, instead of taking the Triforce of Power from him, we seal him away, which basically allows him to regenerate his strength in his time of captivity in the Sacred Realm, or Void, which they sealed him. Which is also the same void he is from in Twilight Princess, I believe. So kind of two different storylines there. Alright everybody, that was how to defeat Ganon and Ganon's castle, as well as get the golden gauntlets, and how to upgrade our heart containers to get double defense, basically, or half damage. There won't be a next video in this series, however you can check out the Gold Scatula guide as well as the Heart Piece guide videos I will be posting soon. Thanks everybody so much for watching, and I will see you possibly in a Majora's Mask video walkthrough